Namaste guys, Phoenix here. I hope you all are doing amazing. So I do have a few things that came up. There were like some questions that Spirit was talking to me about. It's pretty late here, and so the questions were regarding shadow work, right? And I'm sure you all know what that means. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for investing in yourself. I don't know if you all are here because of the video I put up about what happened between you and a person supposed to happen. I don't really often put content up like that, but thank you for like viewing the video. It's really nice of you to see that, and so I'm grateful for you. Thank you for that. I'm glad it was able to resonate. Yeah, and so that was the one thing I wanted to say. Welcome. Okay, this is a safe space for you, okay, especially if you are on a healing journey. And just understand, like, all perceived, okay, comments that sound like shadow in that energy, I will be, how do I want to say, transmuting the energy, and it'll be like a teachable moment for all of us. So just, I wanted to let you all know that if you put any comments in my sections, whatever that is, I will speak about it, and we will break it down together as to why you are trying to project on me, right? Or not project on me, because you can't project on me. As I stated before, energy is, I know who I am in my rights, in my space. I am whole in my space. I don't do tarot readings for fun. I am a healer, okay? I am a shaman. I am an exorcist. That's what I do. So anytime I pick up on energy of its kind, I will expose it. So that's what I'm trying to say, or what Spirit is trying to say. So take that however it resonates. Just understand your comments will be dissected and reflected back to you, okay? And thank you for the content, because you're giving me content by doing that. So I just wanted to thank you for that moving forward. And so the questions that came up were, what illusions are you holding on to that's keeping you stuck from creating? Not only creating, but keeping you from going within. So that's one question you all can ask yourself, okay? The answers will come. And the other question is, what's in your imagination that wants to be birthed right now? Okay, so it feels like you guys are some creative pursuit that is trying to come through to you, and your guides are trying to get in contact with you, okay, about this creative pursuit. And it said, what keeps popping up? What's that vision that you hold within you that keeps reappearing over and over and over again, right? Okay, it's ready to be birthed. That was another question. And it says the angels are helping an earth angel release energy of conformity. You are being what others want you to be. Like, are you being what others want you to be? Or are you being authentically you in your fullest expression? Okay, so those are some questions that you can ask yourself, because something is ready to be birthed by you, okay? And so you have to figure out, like, What's the illusion first? Like, what is the illusion? What's keeping you? So you know how, like, when you go into meditation, I open as a clear vessel of the divine within me. I witness without absorbing. Only truth, clarity, and guidance may pass through me. You want me to read this, okay? I speak from the spirit within me, which is one with the Most High. My words are not from ego, but from the source of all creation. No watcher, no accuser, no muzzler has authority over my voice, my heart, or my truth. I am rooted in love, covered in light, and sealed in the presence of the God within me. When I speak, it is for awakening, not for offense. My words will land only where they are meant to land. I am safe, I am guided, and I am whole. And so you have to ask yourself, what illusions are you stuck in? That's the first thing. Especially when you try to go into meditation, when you try, I'm hearing like a spiritual path. Like most of you guys' paths are a spiritual path, okay? And so the spiritual path is you knowing within yourself who and what you are. And so that's what I'm hearing. Your path is very spiritual at this time. And this is the season right now, this window, something about with this eclipse, this window, this deeper truth that is going to become available to you, okay? And this is going to bring forth the vision that is within you and is ready to be birthed, okay? So that's what I'm hearing. So it's a spiritual path, right? The path that whatever wants to be birthed. It's something very spiritual. I'm trying to see like which way they want me to go. I don't have those other cards, Spirit. I mean, of course you know that. Let me see. It's a spiritual path you guys are on. I'm gonna use these. Ego sublimation. I'm not surprised by that. I was just slid out really quick like that. Final goodbye, release, hex breaker. Okay, so you're breaking the ego simulation. That's what is being birthed at this time. Getting back to integrity, adaptability, woodwise, vervain, everlasting, spellbound, soul alignment, release, protection. So this is another, as the message was before, divine feminine source, channel, stillness, okay? And remember when I said about getting your spiritual path, okay? That energy wanting to be released from you. You all could be seeing 911. Archangel Michael is definitely in this energy. I felt this protective energy when I sat down here, like a shield, just, okay? So just understand you are protected right now. Lost compass. You're coming out of that space. That's what's revealing itself to you. The deeper truth of what you are. Spellbound, soul alignment, release, protection, lost compass, getting back to integrity. You have a very delicate nature. You're connected to Archangel Metatron. They will correct my words. your crown chakra is definitely lit. You have a natural connection with the higher realms, and they have been trying to reach you, contact you. I'm hearing like running. I heard the song Runaway Love. It's an old song, old school song. I heard like a house music. So they are in your house, right? You may be like seeing flashes of light in your house, like certain areas of your house could be like glowing at this time. Lights flickering, I'm seeing also. Like your food, you may like to eat fresh food at this time. That is going to change. Like herbs, like that's what they're showing me. Like your taste buds is changing so that you can access higher realms, so that your vibrational frequency will be activated fully. You understand, like when you eat certain foods, okay, when you eat high vibrational foods, that allows for your cells to naturally vibrate at a higher vibrational frequency. You all could be doing intermittent fasting, so that's not eating, I think, after 6 o'clock p.m. and not eating until the next day, like till 2 o'clock. I think those are like 12-hour, 16-hour fasting. I'm not really sure, but that's what's coming up right now. Because it's some energy right now that's being surfaced. You could be going through a dark night of the soul right now. Songbird, Hexbreaker, ego simulation. Yeah, you could be like what they call the ones that's sent here to break generational curses. Yes. And so by you, I'm hearing obliterating the ego, but not in a sense to where the ego, to where you're running away from the ego, but it's like you dominating it, like you being one with it, and you bringing it to you, whole within you, okay? But this feels like your ancestors are saying that, like, whatever has been passed down to you, okay, you're going to dominate whatever this is that you are transmuting through. And I'm trying to pick up on the sense, like, what is this? Like, like, what is this? It feels very hidden, but it also feels like it's right here on the tip of my tongue. Like, what is this energy, spirit? Man, it feels like conformity. It's what I heard. Like, are you still conforming to others? That's what this feels like. Okay, it feels like are you still allowing the world? Okay, so this just gave me an example. So earlier today, I was trying to debate if me and my son was gonna go to the movies or not. And so I started picking up on the energy of the movie theater. And so I was just like, I really don't want to deal with that. And so I had another thought that came in and was like, just go there, you'll be fine. It's a movie that's out that he really wants to see, right? You'll be okay. And so I understood when that thought came in, it wasn't mine. It was like the energy of persuasion, like something wanting me to go into a space that I knew would not be good for me. And it was like, I learned that lesson yesterday. I went somewhere and I felt the energy was off, but I still went, right? And it's like, I learned that lesson yesterday. And so I knew I wasn't gonna go up in there tonight. It just wasn't happening. And that's the energy that I felt. And so it was like, dang, why would that come back up again? And so it's like conformity, persuasion. It's like, are you still focusing on the outside world? Okay, your ear, the volumes in your ear could be shifting. Sorry, I'm releasing too because I just healed some stuff, okay? And so that's what this feels like, conformity. Like you're in the ego of conformity. Thank you, the ego that goes along with the crowd, goes along to be alone. I used to know this lady, and she said a long time ago, like, I don't know, like, they had no judgment either, but they used to, like, they were all friends with their children's father, and they will party with their children's father, and they had husbands or new boyfriends, but they would party with them. I don't know, I took that to be strange. I don't know. Like I said, this was like years ago, and you know, maybe that was something that I need to heal. I don't know. I haven't been faced with that situation, but they were just like party with them and just hang out with them, and I thought that was so strange. And so the one guy, one of the exes, he brought his girlfriend to the party, and she didn't like it. And I overheard one of the girls in the kitchen say, if you can't get along, you need to get on. And I thought that was strange. And then he went, like, the girl was in the car waiting, and he went out there to get her, like, come on back in, you know, just, you know, try to just get along with everybody. But clearly these people did not like her, and she was feeling the energy. She was just feeling like, these people don't like me, so what am I being around here for? She was feeling that. And I was feeling that. I seen how they were like looking at her and judging her and stuff like that. I seen it. I just sat back and watched because I'm an observer. I was mad at my own business, but I seen that, and it's giving that this type of energy, like you trying to be in spaces, to be around people, events and things like that, to feel accepted, if that's making sense. But that's something that that's the ego that you are obliterating. Like, you're going to come to some sort of understanding about this version of you that goes along with the crowd, okay? And it's just like you're not the reparenting energy, right? You're not in a space of where you have to be somewhere because your mom brought you there, right? You're no longer in that space to where you just have to be somewhere, right? Because this is where my mom brought me. I have to be with these people because they are family members. I have to be with these people or be in this particular environment because of XYZ, okay? I hope that's making sense for you, okay? And so that is pretty much what this is giving, okay? And so we have Aurora Boreas, yes, to know thyself. That is the snake eating the tail, right? But we have the salamander here. Salamander and completion, okay? Beginner's mind. You're going to gain some type of enlightenment that's going to bring you in an energy of rest and renewal. And so forgiveness, repairing the veil, you're going to understand that your program, right? Crown games, right? Use of power, right? You're going to, and this is like getting back to this integrity. You're going to understand about your program, why it was given to your particular lineage. That's what this feels like. Like you're going to get it. You're going to gain some type of knowledge about the way the program was handed to your lineage. You're going to understand that your family, right? Your heritage, your lineage, it played an important role in maintaining a certain type of structure, an invisible structure of societal quote unquote norms, right? You're going to understand that, okay? That is just something, and you're going to release that energy from you. You're going to understand why, hex, I don't know, like I'm hearing made the deal. Somewhere down in your family lineage, a deal was made, okay, to sustain some type of, you know how they say back in the slave days, I don't know why I did that, back in the slave days, right? They say that some leaders of whatever tribe you belong to sold your lineage, sold their people out, right? You could be in a family that sells each other out, okay? That don't stand up for each other, that don't support each other, okay? So when you understand that everything is mirrored backwards and forwards, right? So like inside out. So say for instance, if your lineage, right, if you belong to a tribe and you were sold a part of the slave trade, right? And so your family have this deep wound of being traded on or being sold out, right? And man, and how it's looking in your reality, right? It looks like things, you being easily persuaded to trade on your inner self, you being easily persuaded to do things that you know, that you feel, right, integral wise, right, that you, let's say, I know I shouldn't be doing this. You have a deeper sense of, I know I shouldn't be doing this, right? It's that energy. And so that's what it looks like in this flip side, okay? I hope that's making sense, okay? And so this is something that you are realizing, the hex breaker, you're breaking this particular hex of being sold out, okay? Because it's looking like you're selling yourself out, right? You're giving, that's why you give yourself over, right? Because you have that wound of being given away, right? Okay, so let me see what else is coming up. This is really deep. I was not expecting this to go this deep. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. Okay, what else, Spirit? I'm gonna gain some type of enlightenment about this. I'm hearing drink like passion fruit, passion flower, tea. This is going to be an emotional release. You may be crying, you may be sweating, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing that change, like the truth changing. Wow, they just brought my attention to me shifting my thoughts, like shifting my awareness so that I'm listening within. Wow, because that was something, like when I channel, I'm usually allowing the energy to flow into me, but this channeling is coming from within my heart space. This channeling is coming from here, so it's like soul to soul speaking. Like I'm speaking, this soul me is speaking directly to your soul. Usually when I channel, I just allow it to flow through. It comes like, I would just feel it flowing through. It's always the left side. I will feel it just flowing. Bright ideas. It'll be that type of energy. Pay attention to things like that, especially like when you're channeling or when you're like reading tarot, and you can hear, like if you have tarot cards on your own, and you can hear the messages that come through. But this is more of a soul to soul channel. Okay, it's what I'm doing right now. I knew this was coming to me, but it's Thursday. Last Wednesday is when I first started like hearing it loud. And then, what is today? Monday. Or was it last Tuesday? But anyway, the dates. I'm trying to figure out some dates for you, because this is like Spirit giving me a date for you. My soul's still giving me a date for you to expect this to come in. They're saying like, you all know that time is lineage. So it's like I have like a few beings with me, okay? But this is like soul to soul activation. That's why this message is so deep. It's not coming, it's coming from your higher self, your soul self. I just became aware of that, okay? And so, drawing down the moon, divine feminine source, channel, stillness. So you are becoming a source, a channel for source, right? You may already channel, but the source of you, right? The God within, right? Wow, that's amazing. You are going to be doing that. This is what I just realized about myself. Like you're channeling from that inner space, okay? That's a beautiful thing. Like it's coming from straight down and out. Adaptability. You're going to learn how to be adaptable with this energy, but I just don't want to say it like that. It's just, man, like Spirit, this is Spirit now. Spirit is saying it's not just like being adaptable. That sounds so mundane to how your world is going to change, okay? That's exactly what it said, like adaptability. Like this is the closest that it can get to explain how you're going to be in the woods, right? You're going to be this tree in the woods. That's the vision that just flashed to me, right? You're like a tree in the woods, and you are a part of the woods, but yet you are separate, but you still are a part of the woods, if that's making sense. So like awareness, you are aware that you are here. You are aware of your focal point. I don't know how to say that, Spirit. So you are aware of yourself, but you are aware that you're not separate from any of the other trees. They gave me the analogy, if a tree was the fall, would somebody hear it? I don't know. I'm hearing there is no tree. Like, there is no tree. There is no tree. I don't know what that means. Oh, there is no tree There is only soul, there is only spirit, there is only your higher self. This is deep, like, this is really deep. This is really deep. Wow. There is no tree, there is only your higher self. Like, there is only soul, there is only spirit, there is only the universe. We have focus. And I was feeling like this bullseye energy. Something is veiled, is in your energy, okay? So that's what I was, the messages that they gave me, like, what is preventing you? Like, what thoughts, what feelings, what emotions are you keeping that is preventing you? You saw how I just became aware of this soul space speaking. Some people don't know where information is coming to them from. Some people are not aware of that, okay? Peacekeeper, serenity. Because there's no peace within them. So this is pertaining to that, like how to cultivate more peace in your life. And not only that, this feels something like being still enough, right? Being still within the self, being still within the self to pinpoint, to see where you are, to see where your communication is coming in from, okay? Movement, dancer. Okay, movement. When I saw that, I saw like movement towards adventures. You all may like to dance, or you can dance to move this energy out for you. Wow, to release something from you. It's a big relief coming. You're going to be happy when this relief comes. Your emotions could be like really wild. You know, we have this full moon, this Pisces moon. Yeah, it's here for you to transmute this energy, period. And so this is like, my guides are trying to like stop me from using the cards. Truth. Lucky is here. Truth. And peacekeeper. Like, that's your truth, okay? Your truth is peace. That's your natural state of ability. Wow. Your natural state of existence. When I say ability, like, you bring peace to people, okay? And so it feels like I understand my guides are trying to stop me from change. They don't want me to use the cards anymore. And so I can pick up on that. Like, they've been telling me, like, I don't need the cards. And they've been telling me that because when I say, I've been paying it, like, when I look at my readings, I'll say something, and then the cards will match what I say. And then my guides are saying, like, you don't need the cards. With the cards, I don't know, it keeps me busy here. It keeps me in this space to where the message can flow in. So they're trying to work with me in that way. And this could be happening for you, okay? Like, we're taking a pacifier away from you, okay? This feels like that energy of the you feeling like you need to do something. This is even with regarding tarot, right? You really don't need to use tarot, right? You are, your voice speaks the truth. I was going to mention something about the voice. It just brought this to me. Wow. Like, your voice speaks the truth, okay? It's like you really don't need the tarot. You just use it because you've seen someone else using it. This was safer for you, right? Okay. And I think I started using tarot when I was a kid. I liked stuff like this. I didn't see anybody in my family. My mom had a really close friend, and she was psychic. And so everybody would come to her for stuff. She would like make spells and potions and stuff. And I always kind of felt like my mom was that way too. She just knew things, and I would be like, how the hell did she know that? Like, she would know things, right? And so that's something significant. Okay, so this is what this feels like. Like, you're going to have a realization about what you felt like you needed. Tidy house, clarity, and organization. Like, why you felt teachability, hollow bone, why you felt like you needed This is ancestral. You're going to ancestry. You're going to understand why the ancestors. Man, you could come from what I just heard. One of your ancestors was the one that sold out the village. And they're carrying a heavy burden. Something about Harry. You could be Harry. Somebody's name could be Harry. And they say that's why it shows up in the family. Like people like not supporting each other. Man, look, your divinity is your magic. Nothing else outside of you is your magic. Your divinity is your magic. You're going to have that shift. You're going to be able to speak this to you and to others. Yeah, releasing, okay? Your divinity is your truth. Your divinity is your magic. Your connection is your magic, okay? We have boundaries here. Hero. You're going to be able to, like, boundary. This feels like not boundaries. People, not boundaries from people, but like boundaries from thought forms, boundaries from images that may come up in your head, boundaries from, you could be very clairaudient, boundaries from emotions, feelings that come up and try and take you away from the space of your truth. The hero. So this is what you are being for yourself. You're releasing a lot of huge, this is really huge. Okay, this is home, power, courage, fake friends I'm hearing. Power, courage, home. Being able to, right, stand in your home, your space, your sacred space, right? Being safe within your body, right? Your nervous system being safe. You being in your power. This is what this feels like. You being in your power. Where are we going next, Spirit? You being in the space of, I heard liberation. Nature. Oneness with nature. New beginnings is here. We have focus out here twice. Adventure. Power out here twice. You have some sort of focused power. Like your lineage was born with, okay? And I was going to mention like witchcraft because that was coming up, but I didn't even say it. And this is Marie Laveau. This is the New Orleans Oracle deck. And I was going to mention witchcraft because I was going to say I like that type of stuff as a kid. And your family could have shunned that from you. They could have made you feel like, wow, religious, this is how you turn. You turned away from your natural nature abilities. You worked with nature, your family worked with nature before you were sold off. Like your family was they understood that nature was the way. Like nature, the balance with nature, one with nature, working with the elements, that witch energy, okay? Witches work with elements. They know how to use their power. And this is what I was gonna say witch, but I didn't, because it came from a different space. It came from up here. I think, I don't know, I was, but anyway, you're going to understand. You know how, like, to make amulets and spells and medicines work? You focus an intention in it, right? That's how you get it to work. You're going to understand that new beginnings, adventure. You're going to know how this is giving me heavy manifestation. Okay, I don't know, like I said, I don't really do a manifestations. I just do the art of allowance. I allow things to come to me, because if my soul self feels like it wants to experience that, I just allow. I don't need to force anything to come to me. It'll come when it's time for me to have the experience. I try to stay in my feminine energy in that way. But this feels like this is your natural power, okay? To just automatically, like you automatically do this, okay? It's like you can see yourself on the beach somewhere. You can smell the sand. You can feel the wind in your hair. 41 on my timer. You can feel that. You can feel the sun on your skin. You can taste like a coconutty pina colada drink. And then about a month later, you done won some type of trip, tropical trip to some paradise place. This is what this is giving me. It's very much giving that energy, okay? Because you understand how to focus. It's like this is how your ancestors knew what to focus on. You come from a rich ancestry heritage, okay? But it's like money, I don't know, like that patriarch energy, that male patriarch energy. They wanted money, they wanted power. The women, you come from a very powerful feminine line, and the men wanted to take over the land. Okay, so take this as it resonates, okay? But that's what's coming up. What is the energy, spirit? Let's get some last messages, spirit. What is the energy? I hope this video was smoother, because the energy is very well laid back. Your ancestors are saying hello. Okay, it's very laid back, okay? Divinity is out here again, okay? You see how these cards are doubling themselves? Like your manipulation, your divinity was manipulated by the church, okay? And that's what I was saying, like when you conform, when you gave up your spiritual, your natural, earthly, spiritual ways to conform to religion, okay? That's you're seeing through that veil. You're seeing the falsities of it, okay? You're seeing that, the falsities of that. Like, that religion was never yours. False one to come back out here. False agreements, yeah, you were signed into something, okay, that wreaked havoc on y'all, on your lineage, 4404. You were signed into something that brought in bad health, okay? Gave your lineage Jezebel energy. Made you ashamed, I'm hearing. Made you ashamed. But I don't know, I feel like you're very abundant because you belong to the land. Heard that loud and clear, but I feel like you knew, like that Jezebel card, it gave me the energy of 44 on my timer. You were sexual energy, right? Like you knew how to utilize your private part to manifest. And you could have been shunned for that, okay? That's just what came up when I looked at that Jasmine card. You're very abundant, like obsession with money, but this doesn't feel like you have a obsession for money because you naturally know that money is your birthright. You naturally know that you are inherently worthy. You naturally know that. You naturally understand duality, okay? And we have peace out here again. You naturally get it. We have divine masculine. Okay, traveling. You're going to be traveling with someone soon. I was talking about that tropical paradise. That's the analogy Spirit gave me. Okay, people are being blocked from you. Okay. Change is happening. Definitely serious. As I see it, like, sweetheart, starseed, earth angel. Look at that. I said angels are here helping an earth angel. This is why they be telling me, like, we don't need for you to use the cards. Trusted information. So, I was saying, like, your nervous system is your inner child. So it's like you're retraining your nervous system how to be safe so that it can bring this, because this is all around you, right? So it's trying to bring this into a part of its reality, because this is what your soul self wants to experience right now, okay? And so it's trying to bring you into that space, okay? Like, once you allowed yourself to relax, right, you're going to 11:11, so you're going to be seeing, like, why you are remembering things of, I don't know, like, because I heard, like, saw visions. You're going to understand why you, like, these thoughts of the past, visions of the past, feelings of the past, right? They're coming up for you, okay? You're going to understand that, sweetheart, and change by loving on yourself, okay? The more you love on yourself, the more you change that energy. We have starseed ritual, okay? I'm not going to get into this third-party energy, because this third-party energy is third-party snitch. They're fucking delusional. I'm not getting into that energy, okay? That's a part of the Matrix plan to keep you stuck. Opposition, right? To bring in opposition, so you won't be committed to yourself, so you'll stay committed to opposition. That's a part of that illusion, right? Remember I was saying, like, going out, you're very intuitive, okay? So pay attention. I was saying, like, going out, if I was going to go to the movie with my son, and I felt the energy of no, I felt the energy of the movie theater, but then I heard something else say, well, just go on out, you know. Your son want to go out there, and you okay. My child is 20. He could have went. But I felt that come back up, and I said, why would I? Like, no, like, because I learned the lesson yesterday with going to a space, and I felt that energy, but I went anyway, right? So I was like, I wasn't doing it today, right? Just because I can handle something. Sometimes you're not supposed to be in certain places, right? And so I felt the energy up there, but I still wanted to go and have a good time. And look, wind up, some guy was being a creep and got mad because I didn't accept his creepiness. So so it's that energy. It's very much giving, like, this, whatever, I don't know, third party illusion, confusion shit, that's trying to come into your awareness just to keep you focused on that, so you won't focus on what you need to focus on, and that is yourself. And so, as I stated before, ask the right questions. What Spirit is saying, ask the right questions. What illusion are you stuck in that's keeping you from going within, or having whatever realization this is for you, So ask that questions. Your angels are definitely here helping you, okay? And then I did speak about your imagination. What's in your imagination that's keep popping up because it's ready to be birthed. Something is ready to be experienced. Something is ready to be manifested. A new way, a newness, okay? And so that was the message, okay? And I hope they made sense for you, okay? And so namaste, guys. I end the reading. The message is delivered. Could be a karmic masculine in your energy. It could be you are a boss, rich girl, okay? Karmic masculine could be thinking about you. They knew how intuitive you was. Like, they kind of sad that they took you for granted, but keep focusing on you. Your earth angel, you keep focusing on you, okay? And so this message is delivered. The energy is complete. All that is not mine will be returned to source, blessed and whole. I close this light. I close this channel with love and light. Okay, so namaste. Bye.